Alright, so number 8. Number 8 says, draw the graph of a line that has the same rate of change. Oh, we know what rate of change means, right? Rate of change, that's slope, right? So we're looking for something that has the same slope. Well, same slope as what? Same slope as the values that are in the table. Okay. What's the slope of what's in the table? Well, I don't know. So how basically, how is this thing changing? And so what we're going to do, think back to what we did on number 3, right, where we had to calculate the number 3, where we had to calculate the slope ourselves. So remember, we used this formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Basically, how's the y changing over how's the x changing? We just need 2 pairs. They actually gave us 3. So we could just pick any 2 of the 3 that's there. Doesn't matter which 2 you pick. On all this stuff, I would tell you, pick what's easier. Let's stay away from negatives. So we don't have, just because that's listed first, doesn't mean we have to do that first. So let's do these 2 guys. So let's do 1, 0, and let's do 3, 6. And so this would be my x1, y1, x2, y2. And the only reason I'm saying, x1, y1, x2, y2 is because, well, this guy's an x, and he's the first one, and then this guy's an x2, but he's a different x, right? So he's x2. So that's just the labeling there. And actually, if I would have written that differently, you still would get the same thing. So as long as you're consistent with how you label it, you'll get the same thing at the very end. So y2, which is 6, minus y1, which is 0, x2, which is 3, minus x1, which is 1. So 6 over 3. Oh, no, that's not true. I was already thinking of the answer. 3 minus 1 is 2. 6 divided by 2, which would give you 3. So what it's saying is that for this line, the slope is y equals 3x plus, or maybe not plus, maybe minus. What's the y-intercept? I don't know. Well, so what we got to do is we just got to plug in to find the y-intercept. And again, you can use any point you want. Let's pick the first one. That's got a 0 in it. That'll make it easier. So let's say 0 equals the slope, which is 3, times x, which in that pair is 1. And again, all we're doing here is we're just kind of taking the information we have and we're working backwards to figure out where this thing started. So we're taking the slope we have, we're taking a point we know that's on that line, and we're just trying to figure out where this thing started. So I've got 0 equals 3 plus b. Subtract 3 from both sides. I'm running out all kinds of room here. I'm going to come back up here with it. Let's say 0 equals 3 plus b. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. So I get b equals negative 3. Could have done that over there. That's all right. So b equals negative 3. So that's what the y-intercept here would be a negative 3. All right. So that's the equation for that line. Let's scroll back up. And again, let's make sure we understand what this is saying. This is saying that this line starts at negative 3 and it goes up by 3 each time. Right? So let's graph that. We know how to graph. So it starts at negative 3 and then it goes up by 3. So 1, 2, 3 over 1. And then, if you don't have a ruler, which I don't at the moment at least, what you can do is, the thing with slope is that what makes it a line is the fact that the slope, the rate of change, is constant. So I can just say, if I don't have a ruler, I could just keep going up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1. And what I can do is I just put in more points. I can kind of work backwards. So even if I didn't have a ruler, I just give myself some more points. And, still not perfect. That's all right. Alright, well, is that our answer? What is this question even asking? It says, draw the graph of a line that has the same rate of change as the function represented in the table, yet has a different, let's look back here, a different y-intercept? Well, so basically what there is a real kind of tricky way of asking. One note to squeeze in here is that parallel lines have the same slope. And that's what they're really asking for here. They're basically just saying, hey, here's a line. But we're not going to give you the line, we're going to give you the table. So we had to figure out what the line even looked like first. But then they're saying something that's different than that line, but has the same slope. Well, parallel lines have the same slope. So this is a real roundabout way of asking what's a line that would be parallel to this. Well, parallel lines, and again, the reason why they don't touch is because they have the same rate of change. They kind of go off at the same angle there. So it doesn't really matter, you know, what would be a line that's parallel. Well, anything that had a slope of 3. So this is where there could be different answers. No, I'm not going to go all the way up there. Let me go down a little lower here. I don't know, let's go 4 here. So up 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Why did I pick 4? I don't know. No particular reason. So what you could have done with this question is that you could have picked any y-intercept. As long as you had a slope of 3, then you would have had the correct answer. Right? So again, they gave us some information in a table, so we had to figure out what that line looked like first. But then what they were really after is they wanted us to draw a line that was parallel to the information that was in this box. So I had to figure out what the line looked like first, the original line, and then I had to draw a line parallel. So as long as I had the same slope, I could have picked any y-intercept that I wanted to. It still would have been parallel. All right, so go ahead and pause now. Try 8.2 and 8.3. All right, looking at number 8.2, the original line here is y equals 2x plus 2. So you should have that drawn on your graph, and then draw a line parallel to that, which would basically be a line that has a slope of 2, but just has a different y-intercept. And then 8.3, the original equation that they gave you was y equals x plus 4, so you should have that graphed, and then just graph a line that's parallel to it. So again, there could be different answers here, as long as it has a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of something other than 4. All right, 2 left. So let's move on to number 9.